friends, today I'm introducing you to Provirtec HEPA Air Purifier. This is their model AP12. As you can see, it's nice and sleek, it's not too large. This is the box that it comes packaged in, so it's nice and tight. It arrives in perfect condition. And again, we love the sleek design. Love, number one, coming out of the box, that it's small, yet it covers quite a bit of square footage. So I believe when I looked, it was well over 1,000 square feet, which for one little air purifier, that's amazing. Also note, most rooms, bedrooms or offices, and most living rooms or kitchen areas or dining rooms are not 1,000 square feet. So this thing, for me, will cover our entire main floor. We have one that we keep upstairs in our bedroom, which I love because it helps with pet dander, it helps with pet hair, it helps with odors, it helps eliminate pollen, dust. We've loved it. And so we've had that for well over a year now. We're excited to have one here for our main level of living in our home. So again, this is what it looks like. There's a few things that you'll want to do. First and foremost, do go through the owner's manual. There is right here on the front page, there's a QR code. You can go ahead and just scan that. It will give you a better idea, instructions, visual instructions of how to use this. But definitely read through the owner's manual. This is very important. In addition to that, you also get from the Provirtec, you get one of their cards. So go ahead and scan that, okay? Again, this will give you more information on the product, okay? And then along with that, you get an additional filter, replacement filter. So this already has one that it comes with, so you get your second one. Make sure that you store this so that in 3 to 4 months when you are in need of it, that you know exactly where it's at. Okay, moving on. So there's a few things. Note right here on the top, we have some instructions. Again, I love a good product that gives us instructions because, note my puppy, who is here for demonstration purposes. He is a 6-month-old puppy, so sometimes he behaves really well and sometimes not so much. Anyways, going back to it, this is, I love when a product gives you not just like really vague instructions and owner's manuals, but they give you lots of instructions. And then I love also, not only with the pamphlet, but when they also adhere some of those instructions, more simpler instructions on the product itself, so you know exactly what to do. If you're like me, I like to speed read through the owner manuals all the time. It's usually these more simpler instructions that I tend to follow better. So we've got this right here. This basically tells us first and foremost that we've got to turn it around here to the back, that we've got to take off the lid, which I've already done. As you'll note, this is what it looks like, okay? So this all fit right in here. This is our filter itself, the 4-in-1 filter. So that fit right in there. I just removed the lid. There's a little handle to do so. So you're gonna turn it back around. Oh, sorry. And then once you take off the lid, you're gonna take out this air filter, okay? So on the instructions, on these simple instructions that were taped right here on the top, this is what it tells us to do. Inside of the 4-in-1 filter, you'll see that the power cord is wrapped up there, so the adapter power cord. So let's go ahead and unwrap that and then just set this aside. I'm gonna set this little twisty tie in my box so that should my puppy return, he does not get it, because you know puppies, they love to eat everything. Okay, in addition to that, we've got our filter wrapped around the 4-in-1 filter. So what you need to do is just go ahead and take the plastic wrap off of that, remove that. And again, I love that the plastic wrap's on there because if this thing was sitting or maybe in transit, sometimes things can get really dusty and dirty. The last thing you want with your HEPA air purifier is for it to arrive covered, especially your filter, covered in dust and dirt. So perfect, this is what it looks like. Okay, so it already comes wrapped with the filter on it, okay? And as I mentioned, with the packaging, you get a second one. So again, you're gonna keep that stored away where you don't lose it, okay? And then you've got a sticker that said this side up. Also note, in addition to that, let me just take this off, and it's a little hard to do when you don't have nails like myself, but go ahead and take this off here. All right. Also note right here at the top, it does say this side up as well. So if for some reason, if you've forgotten once you remove the sticker where it showed you this side up, it does say right here at the top, this side up. It also has the handle, which I really appreciate because that makes it just easy to take in and put in, put out, okay? So you're just gonna go ahead and put this back right in, just like so. Make sure that the right side is up, and then go ahead and make sure that you align these two to the bottom, and then you'll know that it's in place once it clicks in place. And voila, super easy to do. Oh, let's go ahead and remove it one more time. And that's because I need to remove this as well. Okay, so something also to note, so there's this little compartment right here, right at the top, and there's a little sticker that says peel off before use, so let's go ahead and peel this off. So this little compartment, if you push on it, it's a little tray that comes out, and it's got a little bit of like wool here. And basically what you could do, you could add 5 to 10 drops of your favorite essential oils onto this. You don't need to do it too often, but yeah, 5 to 10 drops if you want. If you don't add any essential oils, if you don't add anything to it, no problem, no worries. It's just a really nice feature actually. And I actually really love that they have this feature because it can help, obviously, in addition to purifying your air, it can help also make your air smell delightful without having to, in addition, you know, go light a candle or melt waxes. So love that. Again, you don't have to use that feature, but if you want to add 5 to 10 drops of your favorite essential oils, you can do so. Okay, so also noted on these brief instructions, it does show you the little different icons. There are 8 icons, and basically that just indicates which each of these, if I turn it around, you can see here, this is our power. This is where all of our functions, buttons to function the air purifier are. So it has icons there, and then this basically tells you what they do. Okay, so we do have our display screen. Let's go ahead and take that plastic off of that because we don't need it. And then again, something you should also know, this is really lightweight. So if you needed to move this or you wanted to move it, if this is something that would normally stay upstairs in your bedroom, but you say for instance, you're cooking something really stinky, maybe you're making beans, right? Or maybe you're making Mexican food, which is always delicious, but sometimes it can really sneak up a house. This is something that you can unplug, bring down to your kitchen or your dining room, and you can plug it in there, and it would help obviously eliminate odors. So keep note of that. Appreciate that it's lightweight. It's also got great little handles, not handles, but great grip all the way around. It also has air inflow on all 4 sides. So we have it from down here, we have it along the sides, and then we have it on the back side, okay? So when you are ready to use this, again, you can put it anywhere. Just make sure that it is free and clear of things. Keep it 10 inches away from, keep it 10 inches away from walls, just so that it can get that airflow that it needs to help, right, purify the air. Okay. So let's go over a few things. We've got, first and foremost, we've got our fan speed. So this has 3 different levels of fan speed. It also has, it's automatic. So you have the 3 different levels. You've got low, medium, high, and then you've got an auto fan speed. The next one right here is your filter reset button. So if you, say for instance, it's been 3 to 4 months and you needed to replace your filter, you've done so, right? You've taken off the old one, you've put the new one on, and you're ready to go again, you'll want to push this second top button, your filter reset button, for a long 3 seconds. Hold it in for 3 seconds, and that will reset your machine so it knows that a new filter has been put in. In addition to that, you've got a child lock. A lot of us have little ones that like to walk around, push buttons. It's tempting, right? Or sometimes some items, it's really, it's it's easy to accidentally bump something and hit a wrong button. So you have a child lock button, which is a nice feature as well. In addition to that, you also have a timer, so you can run this air purifier anywhere between 1 to 8 hours daily. It is not recommended that you run it the whole time. It's not necessary throughout the whole day. So just 1 to 8 hours. So you can go ahead and choose however long you wish to run it for right here with your timer. On the bottom part right here, you have a little icon. It's a dog, okay? So this is your pet-friendly mode. If you have an animal, whether it's a dog or a cat or a bunny, and you feel like you need to just kind of really clean the air, maybe you have hair that's kind of loosely flying around the air, this is where you'd want to push the pet-friendly mode. So it just basically kind of speeds up the air purifier and then collects that hair and pet dander. In addition to that, you've got a sleep mode, okay? So you can make sure that this turns on or off if you're not gonna be home, right? Or if you wanna just set it so that it goes on in the middle of the night, you can do that with your sleep mode without having to get up. And then also you've got your display light, so this doesn't need to be running at all times. You can turn on or off that display light. And then lastly, you've got your power button. So easy peasy, super easy to use. One more thing before I plug this in and show you, going back to our air filter. So again, I'm gonna pull this out by the handle. So this right here, this actual white part, the big drum part, this is your 4-in-1 filter. This is something that you'll want to replace every 8 months, okay? 6 to 8 months. It will indicate right here, let's see, it will indicate on your filter reset, you'll have a different color. It will indicate with different colors. You'll have, let me just turn to the book so I tell you correctly, but it will have either a blue color, a green color, a yellow color, or a red color. So if it's showing a blue color, that means that the air quality is really great. Filter's working perfectly. If it's got a green color, it's good. Filter's doing pretty good. If it's got yellow, it means that it's kind of moderate, right? And then if it's a red, if there's a red on your display screen here, it means that it's time to change your filter, okay? And again, first, if you haven't changed this part, the actual filter itself, do change it every 3 to 4 months. Again, you've got the one that's packaged in here. You can also buy a replacement online. Super easy to order these online. And I would just suggest that you buy a couple so you always have them handy. In addition to that, you can also always, between those 3 to 4 months, you can always pull it out, make sure that it's off, make sure it's unplugged, and then just take a little vacuum to it, and you can vacuum any dust, any dirt that's been collected inside the drum and on the outside. That would be really helpful. And then, like I said, every 6 to 8 months, this is the 4-in-1 filter, the main drum. So this is something that is suggested along with vacuuming periodically. Every 6 to 8 months, you replace this as well. It's really inexpensive to replace. Again, you can order this online. So just make sure that you're following through with that so that you are getting that good airflow, good air quality. Should you see any kind of blockage or the lights indicating that it's poor or that it's, not doing so well, make sure, and it hasn't been 3 to 4 months, make sure that you just take a little vacuum to it and then vacuum it up. Okay, let's go ahead and plug this in. Again, you'll want to make sure wherever you put this that it's 10 inches away from a wall, and that's just so that it has good airflow. It also recommends that you plug this in first to an outlet and then you plug it into the device itself. So let's do that. Okay, and I'm gonna have to pull this back here just so it can reach. And this is something I'm gonna actually probably tuck away in a corner here in our main living room. And now that there's a little place back here on the back side that I can plug it in. Okay, now that I've done that, let's go ahead and bring this closer. let's go ahead and turn it on just so you can hear how quiet it is. It's actually really peaceful to sleep with. I like the dull noise that it makes. So let's power it on. Okay, and you can see the little paw print. That means that it's pet friendly. Okay, I can already feel the airflow here on the top. Okay, this is where it's gonna suck it in, and this is where my air is coming out. Okay, so it's sucking it in from on the back and front side, from the bottom, and on the sides from the two slits here. And then again, our clean air is coming out here. Always remember, if you want to add those essential oils just to help give a little nice, delightful scent, you can. Okay, let's go ahead and go back here to where our display. This is our display button right here. Okay, so you can see that it tells you it says 006. So going back to my little instruction book here, it says that is blue. And you can see my paw print is blue. If that changes to red or yellow, you definitely want to pay attention and clean this up or replace the 4-in-1 filter or your filter. Here's our display. So it will stay on if I keep this on. This is where our timer is. Let's speed it up. Okay, so this is the mid-level. And then this is the highest level. So you can hear it's not too loud, actually quieter than your normal fan. Let's see what the pet mode will be. And then, I don't know if you could hear that change, but I'm gonna do it one more time. Okay, so this is the highest level. So it says 3F, that's F for fan. And then listen carefully. You can hear when I push the pet. Again, this is if you want it to collect like hair, pet dander. If you have a lot of that in your room, listen. So you can hear it just a little bit increase, but this is perfect. Again, this is gonna be perfect. If you have any kind of odors in your home, if you have pets in your home, pet dander, hair, if you have, like us, we have a lot of trees around outside, so we like to open windows, but of course by doing so, we get pollen in our home. That adds to a lot of allergies. If you're someone that suffers from just normal like allergies, right? Whether it's seasonal allergies, pet allergies, dander, dust mites, right? This is perfect, the HEPA filter. It is guaranteed it's going to clean up, purify your air, and it's gonna make living so much better. And I can see my friend right here. He is, he's feisty. He's pretty interested in this thing. But yeah, this is gonna be fantastic. So go ahead, give it a try. Again, this is the Provirtec HEPA Air Purifier, the AP12 model. Give it a try.